Christmas shelf decor can turn an ordinary space into a cozy holiday retreat. Whether you lean classic or quirky, shelves offer the perfect stage for festive accents. Why let your walls sit empty when a little creativity can make spirits bright? Looking for inspiration that won't break the bank or your patience? This guide rounds up 25 ideas, from snow-dusted villages to playful elves. Grab your favorite mug, crank up the holiday tunes, and let's sprinkle a bit of magic on those shelves. Small, white ceramic village houses on a shelf can turn any room into a peaceful winter scene. Add frosted bottle brush trees in different heights for depth. Fairy lights tucked among them cast a gentle glow that reminds you of snow-lit evenings. No electric bill shock, just a cozy vibe. In addition, if you can't find any suitable ceramic houses, you can simply make them with plywood by yourself. This could be a cheap and relatively easy DIY project for a unique Christmas village decoration. However, Dust loves these displays as much as we do. Quick tip: use a makeup brush for easy cleaning. Mix in a few silver accents or a playful deer figurine, and the shelf feels both festive and personal. Why settle for flat decorations when you can craft a miniature world? Minimalist wooden Christmas trees bring a touch of quiet charm to holiday displays. Set beside neutral-toned books, they create a calm backdrop that doesn't shout for attention. Pine cones add texture and a hint of the outdoors. This combination works well for small spaces or those who dislike cluttered decorations. Some may find this style too understated, especially if you love bold colors. Yet, simplicity has its own appeal. Try stacking books horizontally for height or varying tree sizes for interest. It's easy to tweak. Swap in a candle or a sprig of greenery for a fresh look next week. A vintage red truck hauling a tiny Christmas tree sparks instant nostalgia. Place one on rustic wood floating shelves, and you'll see smiles. The old-school charm pairs flawlessly with natural wood, creating a scene that whispers childhood memories. Add a few bottle brush trees or fairy lights for extra warmth. Of course, these trucks can steal the spotlight. Keep surrounding items minimal, maybe a sprig of greenery or a simple candle. Too many extras clutter the effect. Want a talking point? Let the truck and tree combo anchor your shelf, serving as a cheerful nod to Christmas's past. Think of a shelf dressed in soft whites and gentle greens. White candles flicker beside tiny wooden reindeer. Scandinavian-inspired setups like this invite calm, not clutter. The garland's fresh scent adds a subtle nod to nature, making even a small space feel festive and welcoming without shouting for attention. One possible drawback: minimalism isn't everyone's cup of cocoa. Some may crave more color or sparkle, but for those who prefer simplicity, this style shines. Try mixing candle heights or adding pine cones for texture. It's practical, easy to assemble, and delivers that cozy, understated holiday charm. Tiny gingerbread houses perched amid pine branches bring a storybook charm to any shelf. Their sweet, spicy aroma pairs perfectly with the crisp scent of evergreen. Want to spark conversation? Try adding a few with frosted windows or candy cane fences. Guests will stop and smile, guaranteed. Twinkle lights add a soft, inviting glow, making the gingerbread scene pop after dark. But don't overlook the challenge. Real gingerbread can crumble if handled too much or left in humid rooms. Consider mixing in a few wooden or clay versions for stability, especially if little hands or pets are nearby. Modern black shelving offers a crisp backdrop for festive displays. Gold ornaments pop against the dark surface, creating instant visual drama. Tuck in a few eucalyptus sprigs for a fresh twist. Nature's subtle scent mingles with holiday cheer. This combo feels chic, yet takes minutes to arrange. While gold and black exude elegance, too much can tip the scale from stylish to cold. Soften the look with string lights or a textured vase. If you're worried about dust showing on black shelves, a quick wipe keeps everything looking sharp. Embrace the contrast and let your shelves shine. A classic nativity scene brings warmth to any shelf, especially when surrounded by many flocked trees. The snowy texture of the trees creates a cozy contrast to the figurines. Adding soft glowing lights highlights the scene, inviting a sense of calm. It's a simple way to spark meaningful conversations about tradition. While this display feels timeless, dust can settle quickly on flocked trees and figurines, so a quick weekly wipe keeps everything fresh. Try battery-operated fairy lights for easy setup. Even a small shelf can handle this arrangement, offering a festive touch without overwhelming your space. Brighten your shelves with DIY paper Christmas trees in soft pastels. These trees are simple to make. Just fold colored cardstock, snip, and stack. Choose blush pinks, mint greens, and buttery yellows for a fresh look. It's a playful twist on classic red and green decorations. Pair your paper trees with ceramic figurines in similar hues. The combination creates a coordinated, cheerful display that feels modern and inviting. Don't worry if your paper folds aren't perfect, quirky shapes add charm. Mix different heights for visual interest and swap out colors next year for a new vibe. A natural wood shelf instantly feels warmer with a line of frosted pine cones scattered along its length. Mix in sprigs of faux greenery for extra texture. Place a glass cloche at one end, covering a miniature snow scene. Think tiny deer, trees, and a dusting of fake snow. This arrangement draws the eye and feels festive without being over the top. The simplicity of wood and pine cones brings a classic touch, while the cloche adds a little drama. Just watch out for curious kids. Glass and tiny pieces can be tempting for little hands. A cocoa bar shelf brings warmth to your holiday space. Line up cheerful mugs, stack candy canes in glass jars, and add plaid napkins for a rustic touch. Anyone craving comfort will gravitate to this inviting nook. It's simple, practical, and instantly boosts the spirit of any room. Don't overthink the setup. Use everyday items, a wooden tray, a small chalkboard for cocoa recipes, and even a sprig of pine for a dash of winter. This setup isn't just eye candy. It makes it easy to treat yourself and guests to a festive mug whenever the mood strikes. Three-tiered shelves offer a compact stage for holiday magic. Arrange nutcrackers on the top, giving each one space to stand out. Tuck mini wreaths on the middle shelf, adding a pop of greenery. Swirl velvet ribbon along the bottom, tying the display together with texture and color. The effect feels festive yet organized. Nutcrackers add whimsy, wreaths bring nature indoors, and velvet ribbon creates a soft touch. Quick tip: stick to 2 or 3 colors for harmony. Too many shades may make things look busy. You want cheer, not chaos. A farmhouse shelf dotted with mason jars brimming with crimson cranberries and cedar sprigs brings instant holiday warmth. The jars catch sunlight, turning every berry into a tiny ornament. It's a charming way to add color and fragrance without breaking the bank or battling tangled string lights. Don't have fancy shelves? No problem. Even a reclaimed plank or old board will do. Fill jars halfway with cranberries, tuck in green cedar, and maybe add a twine bow. It's simple, affordable, and surprisingly cheerful. Just remember, real cedar dries quickly indoors, so swap it out if things look droopy. A mini library shelf filled with Christmas novels sets a cozy stage for winter reading. Stack classics like A Christmas Carol beside new favorites. Slip a sprig of faux red berries between the books for a pop of color. Drape a plaid throw casually nearby. It invites readers to linger. This arrangement isn't just about looks. It nudges everyone to slow down and savor a story. Yes, the plaid throw can get rumpled, but that's half the charm. Why settle for sterile shelves? Give your books personality and your guests a reason to reach for a novel. Imagine elf figurines scaling your shelves, tiny hands gripping glittery garlands and miniature boxes wrapped like real gifts. This playful setup instantly grabs attention and sparks conversation. Who wouldn't smile at a shelf transformed into a festive playground? Even skeptics can't deny the cheer these mischievous creatures bring. Keep in mind, too much sparkle can overwhelm. Pair bold garlands with understated wrapping paper or neutral-toned elves for balance. Want an easy upgrade? Add battery-powered fairy lights. No outlet required. Suddenly, your shelf moves from ordinary to the star of your holiday decor. A white shelf acts as a crisp backdrop for hand-lettered holiday signs. These signs add personality and warmth, whether you opt for playful sayings or classic greetings. Soft knit stockings bring texture and a cozy touch. Anyone can mix bold, modern lettering with chunky knits for a charming contrast. Careful not to overcrowd the shelf. Less is often more. Leave space between signs and stockings, letting each item stand out. Swap out generic decor for pieces that spark conversation. Have a family member with beautiful penmanship? Let them contribute a sign. The result feels homey and personal, not store-bought. Mixing metallic tree figurines with glass vases and silver bead garlands creates an inviting holiday display. The metallic finish bounces light, while clear glass adds a calm touch. Silver beads draped around the group complete the look, making your shelf festive without appearing overdone or cluttered. However, too much shine can overwhelm. Balance the sparkle with matte or natural items, like a sprig of pine or a wooden accent. Try arranging items in odd numbers for easy visual interest. This method helps the eye move smoothly, keeping your shelf festive but not overpowering. Felt woodland animals bring a cheerful touch to any shelf, especially during Christmas. Pairing them with miniature, snow-dusted village houses instantly crafts a cozy winter scene. Who can resist a fox in a scarf or a hedgehog next to a glowing cottage? This setup sparks nostalgia and conversation. However, felt figures can collect dust quickly, and they're not ideal for homes with curious pets. Keep a soft brush handy for gentle cleaning. Mix in string lights or pine sprigs for extra sparkle. Small tweaks, like changing house placements, keep your display fresh all season. Imagine a vintage sled propped on your shelf, jingle bells draped over the handle, and a cluster of evergreen branches tucked beside it. This display delivers instant nostalgia. The worn wood, jingling accents, and fresh greenery evoke memories of snowy adventures and old-fashioned celebrations. This setup takes minutes, but looks thoughtful. Sleds are easy to find at flea markets or thrift stores, and most craft stores carry faux evergreen branches. Mix in battery-powered fairy lights for extra charm. While delightful, the sled does eat up shelf space, so keep other decorations minimal to avoid clutter. A classic mantle-style shelf sets the stage for charm when you layer lush greenery with oversized ornaments. The greenery brings freshness, while bold ornaments add drama. Want impact? Mix textures. Think pine branches, glossy baubles, and velvet ribbons. This approach whispers holiday magic without much fuss or wallet strain. Even so, oversized ornaments can crowd small spaces or feel overdone if not balanced with simple elements. Stick to a cohesive color palette and let some negative space breathe. Less is sometimes more, especially if you want your shelf to look festive, not chaotic. Monochrome ornaments and geometric trees make black and white shelf styling a sharp, modern choice for Christmas. These simple shapes and clean lines cut through seasonal clutter, letting each piece shine. A few matte black baubles, white porcelain houses, and origami-style paper trees can say more than a crowded, traditional display. Mixing shiny, matte, and textured pieces adds energy to the look. Worried black and white is too cold? Toss in cozy elements, like a chunky knit garland or a plaid ribbon. This style is low fuss, yet it turns heads. Who says Christmas can't tip its hat to minimalism? A simple ceramic nativity scene pops against snowy white books. The contrast draws the eye, making the figures feel almost illuminated. No need for glitter or garland. This arrangement whispers elegance. Imagine how peaceful your shelf will look, like a quiet snowfall in the middle of holiday chaos. Want to keep things easy? Stack white books horizontally to create a crisp stage. Place the nativity front and center. The setup takes minutes, but looks thoughtfully arranged. Plus, it sparks conversation. You might hear, "Why haven't I tried that before?" Sometimes, less really is more. Imagine a simple, mini-flocked Christmas tree sitting snug in a weathered wooden crate. This setup brings an old-fashioned charm to your shelf, giving your space a cozy, wintry feel. Add pine cones or plaid ribbon for extra flair. Isn't it amazing how one small change can spark holiday cheer? But let's be honest, flock trees shed. You might find fake snow on everything nearby. Still, the rustic crate keeps things grounded and tidy. Want to change it up? Swap the crate for a vintage tin or an old basket. Play around. There's no wrong way to spread a little Christmas magic. Imagine a shelf draped in lace doilies, instantly softening sharp lines. Pastel baubles dangle like candy drops, catching the eye without overwhelming. Paper stars, cut by hand, add a dash of nostalgia and whimsy. These elements create a gentle, inviting holiday mood, no professional decorator required. This approach isn't flawless. Lace can gather dust, and paper stars won't survive a curious cat. Yet the charm is undeniable. Try mixing mint, blush, and cream baubles for a light, airy look. If you prefer less fuss, swap paper stars for wooden ones, still quaint but less fragile. Mini wreaths add a festive spark when suspended from shelf edges. Velvet ribbon in deep green or crimson gives a rich, cozy touch. Gold bells bring a soft jingle and reflect twinkling lights. Who says wreaths belong only on doors? Shelves offer perfect real estate for small, eye-catching displays. Try mixing ribbon lengths or stagger wreath heights for an easy designer look. The setup is simple, no glue or nails needed. Just loop the ribbon and tie. It's affordable, quick, and brings instant holiday cheer. However, if shelves are heavily used, wreaths may require occasional straightening. Imagine a shelf spruced up with birch logs, pine cones, and tiny deer. This combination brings the outdoors inside, lending a peaceful, rustic feel. It's simple to set up, arrange logs horizontally, scatter pine cones, and nestle deer figurines among them. No need for expensive decorations when nature does the heavy lifting. While this look feels cozy and charming, dust can sneak into the nooks of pine cones and logs. A quick weekly dusting keeps things fresh. Mix in a string of warm fairy lights for a gentle glow. Let this display remind you that beauty doesn't always come with a big price tag. Christmas shelf decor turns everyday spaces into festive storybooks. With just a few clever swaps, think fairy lights, mini trees, and a sprinkle of nostalgia, ordinary shelves become cheerful displays. Why settle for blank surfaces when you can craft a cozy holiday scene? Take inspiration from these 25 ideas and start with what you have. Mix vintage finds, holiday books, or even a cocoa bar into your shelf styling. Ready to create magic? Start small, have fun, and let your shelves share the holiday spirit with everyone who visits.